Hello everyone, I hope you all have a beautiful day and all are doing well. Today in Taipei it's a very hot day, it's 34 degrees, it's 1st of July. Yesterday some good news came out actually, because the situation of COVID-19 in Europe is now getting a little bit more stable. So the European Union is now from today actually starting to open up for international travelers, and there is still a few countries where the situation is considered too serious and not stable, like for example the US, Russia and also Brazil. But 54 countries are going to be allowed to travel within the European Union. And among these countries is, for example, China and Japan and also Vietnam. However, there was one country missing from this list that made me a little bit surprised. In the last month, Taiwan has only had 6 confirmed cases of COVID-19, and since the beginning of the outbreak there has only been a total of 447 cases in Taiwan. And Taiwan is one of the few countries in the world that has managed to function mostly business as usual during this pandemic. And if you want to know more about how Taiwan has dealt with COVID-19, I will put a link to some of my previous videos down there in the description. I have a lot of Taiwanese fans who have maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend in Sweden, or maybe even a husband, or they want to go to Sweden as an exchange student, and they keep writing to me, Taiwan is doing so good, why is it not considered one of the safe countries by the European Union? And of course this also affects me on a very personal level, because I think, in my opinion, it's still too early for international traveling for tourism purposes. But for example, if I need to go back to Sweden for a family emergency, I can of course go back because I'm Swedish, but my wife is Taiwanese, so she will not be allowed into Sweden. While for example, if she was Japanese or Vietnamese, it would be no problem for her to go into Sweden. And I think the reason for this is actually that Taiwan has been doing almost too good, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean, but first I'm gonna call my sister in Sweden to see how the situation is right now. Hello! Hej! Du har jobbat med de här coronapatienterna ett tag nu. Hur är situationen?
Just nu så är det bra. Det har lugnat sig betydligt. När jag började så var det ju nästan bara coronapatienter. Det fanns många avdelningar på lasarettet som vårdade de här patienterna. Men nu successivt så har man dragit ner.
Hur kändes det när du visste att du skulle bli förflyttad till den här avdelningen?
Det kändes ju nervöst. Det var inte roligt att bli påtvingad någonting. Då jobbar vi inte hos patienter, då vet man vad man är till på. Men när man jobbar någon annanstans och blir tvingad, då känns det ju nervöst och jobbigt så. Men så fort jag kom dit så kändes det ju bättre. Ja. Det är ju ganska upptrissat av media. Man får ju läsa väldigt mycket. Men när man väl kommer dit och tittar på patienterna, så det är ju liksom, det är en människa bakom varje diagnos.
Just nu, jobbar du bara med coronapatienter eller jobbar du med andra patienter också?
Nej, det är blandat.
I början så var det ju mycket resstopp och sådär i Sverige, att man inte skulle åka mer än man behövde liksom. Hur ser den situationen ut i Sverige nu?
I början så några veckor sedan så släppte de ju, och då fick man åka 2 timmar hemifrån. Men nu är det ju helt fritt. Jag har inte hört någon som planerar en utomlandsresa. Det kan ju vara att de börjar tänka på hösten att de vill åka. Många som planerar resor inom Sverige.
Hur tänker ni inom sjukvården? Tänker ni att när folk börjar resa så kommer det bli en andra våg? Eller känns det som att nu läget är under kontroll och då kan man börja öppna upp lite grann? Eller?
Man tror ju att det kan ta fart igen. Och särskilt liksom vi som bor i ett turistlän också, att det kan absolut bli tufft igen. På grund av allt resande då. Så att det är lite dumt.
Ja, men tack så mycket för att vi fick en liten uppdatering då. The European Union is currently using 3 criteria to decide which country they are going to allow to travel within the European Union. Epidemiological situation and coronavirus response in that country. Of course, this criteria is very easy to fulfill for Taiwan because it has some of the best response in the world, so I'm gonna put a check there. The ability to apply containment measures during travel. And this, Taiwan International Airport is of course very modern, and the plane here is the same as everywhere in the world. I think this one also is a check. If I misunderstand this criteria in some way, please feel free to leave a comment down there. Whether or not that country has lifted travel restrictions towards the European Union. So I think this is the point where Taiwan is failing right now, because Taiwan currently have no spread of the coronavirus. They're of course very, very cautious to open the borders, because they of course want to maintain the situation rather than having like a slow spread like we have in Europe in the moment. And I think that this is the reason that Taiwan is not among those 54 countries, because as long as Taiwan doesn't open its border towards the European Union, I think that the European Union is also not going to open the borders towards Taiwan. When is Taiwan going to open up for international travelers? Well, the only information that I could find was from the Ministry of Transportation and Communication, and they say that it will be kind of 3 phases, where the 3rd phase is opening up to international travelers, and that will happen around the end of October. But this information was from sometime in May, and I don't know if this is confirmed to be the latest information on this issue. But I also understand that there's a lot of frustration from those, mixed couples that are now divided by this huge distance and not able to see each other, and also about those students who want to go as exchange students to Sweden or other countries. Still, I think Taiwan is doing the right decision. I think it's way too early for international tourism, and also for me and my wife, we have decided this year not to go back to Sweden. We'll see it next year. Hopefully the situation is better, but still I wanted to bring up this issue and also hear a little bit what you guys think. Please feel free to leave a comment if you think that Taiwan should open up earlier or open up later or not open up at all, and also if you think that there might be some other reason why Taiwan is not considered one of the safe countries on this list, because maybe I misunderstood this in some way. I would also really like to hear from you guys, and if you like this kind of video, also feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.